It's grade D homework. I'm going to do this in 3 parts because there's lots of it, but it's all good stuff. Mr. Weaver's garden is a rectangle. It's 12 metres by 16. We need to work out the area of all the grass, which is 12 times 16, which is 192. It's 192 metres squared, and each box covers 20 metres squared. So how many 20 metres goes into 192? So it's 192 divided by 20, 9.6. Now you can't buy 9.6 boxes, so therefore he's got to go upwards. He's got to buy 10, not 9 boxes. If he bought 9, he wouldn't have enough. Question 2, got 2 parallel lines. GEF is 36 degrees. Well, that means next to it, because that's a straight line, is 144 degrees, because angles on a straight line add up to 180. But if I have 2 parallel lines and I have the transversal goes between them, the angles on either side of it, called alternate angles, used to be called Z shape in the good old days, are equal. So if that's 144 degrees, so is X 144 degrees. And the key word to use there is alternate angles on parallel lines are equal. I've got a cuboid. Looks like a box. Okay. 3 measurements: length, width, and height. To find the volumes, multiply all 3 together. 8 times 1.5 times 2.5. 8 times 1.5 times 2.5 equals exactly 30, and it's measured in centimetres cubed. I've got a ratio question now. Tallow needs to make 210 kilograms of concrete. Well, if the mixture is cement, sand and gravel and the ratio is 2 to 5 to 8, if you add those up, it means there's 15 parts altogether. Well, if I get the 210 kilograms and share it into 15 parts, each part is worth 14 kilograms. So that means the cement is 2 parts, is 2 lots of 14, it's 28 kilograms. The sand is 5 parts, so 5 14s is 70 kilograms. And the 8, which is the gravel, is 8 lots of 14, is 112 kilograms. Now I can double check, as if I add those 3 amounts up, it should make 210 kilograms of concrete. Expand and simplify, they're always on. If there's brackets, multiply everything by the number in front. 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 2 is 8, it's plus 8. Plus 2 times 5x is plus 10x. And plus 2 times minus 3 is minus 6. Now the simplify bit means count all the x's up. I've got 4 and I've got 10 of them, so I've got 14. And sort out the numbers. I've got plus 8, take away 6 is the same as plus 2. I don't put those two together, it's not 16, that's 14x, and that's plus 2, keep them separate. Probability tables, love probability tables. They always got to add up to 1. Biggest probability certain you can have is 1. Well, if these two add up to 0.6, what's missing is 0.4. You could think of that as 6 and 4 makes 10, but it's really 1.0. If there's the same number of black counters as white counters, then this 0.4 probability will be split equally between the two of them. So it's 0.2 and 0.2. For the second part is work out the number of red counters if there are 200 counters altogether. Well, 0.1 is a tenth. So 1/10 of the counters is red. So 200 times 0.1 or 1/10 of 200 is 20. That's part 1 done. Look forward to seeing you in part 2. Grade D, part 2, series A. Welcome back. I've got two buses leaving, one's every 12 minutes, one's every 18 minutes. So they both leave at different times, but they'll keep repeating that cycle all the way through the day. So at some point, two buses are going to leave the station at the same time. Well, this one will leave at 9:12, and then the next one will leave at 9:24, and then this one will leave at 9:18, and the next one will leave at 9:36. But if we continue the pattern on along, the next one after 9:24 is 9:36. So both buses are leaving at 9:36, and that's really the method. It's to do with the lowest common multiple, but it's far easier if you just write a list of the times down. I've got good old averages question again, basic practice. You've got to be really good at this. List them all in order. I'll double check I have exactly the right number of them. There's 10 of them. Halfway between 10 is just between the fifth and sixth one. So the number between 6 and 7 is 6.5. Range is the difference between the biggest and smallest, so that is 10. And the mean, it's mean because it makes you do loads of work. You've got to add them all up. So you add them all up, we get 64. 64 divided by 10, because there's 10 of them, is 6.4. Now, onto Tom and his water meter. The two readings just like roll on like a clock. So how much he's used is the difference between the two. So you take the latest reading and you take away the earliest reading, and that's 896 units. Well, to calculate his bill, it's 17 pence per unit, so it's 896 times 17. So on your calculator, I've got 15,232. Now you've got to be careful, this isn't pounds, because I did 17 pence, so that's actually pence. But if I want to change that into pounds, I need to divide it by 100, so I'll move the number two places to the right, and I've got £152.32. But we're not finished yet, because you pay a standing charge. You don't use anything, you still got to pay for stuff. So how many months is it? 1st of January will be all of January, then all of February, and also all of March, because it's to the 31st of March. So it's 3 months. And its standing charge is £17 a month. So 3 17s is £51. So what I've got to do is I've got to add the £51 onto the £152.32. So we will have £203.32 is his total bill for water. Who knows it costs that much? Okay, just before we plot straight line graphs, we're often asked to draw a table of values. From -2 to 4, that means the x is the top row of the table and the y is the bottom row. And it goes from -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3x minus 5 means times it by 3 and then take away 5. Always start on the right. Start with the positive numbers. 4 times 3 is 12. Take away 5 is 7. 3 times 3 is 9. Take away 5 is 4. And then 2 times 3 is 6. Take away 5 is 1. Now I've actually got a pattern going here. The pattern is it's going down in 3s, so that helps me fill in the whole rest of it. And it's far easier. -2 times 3 is -6. Take away 5 is -11, but you've got to be very careful. So start with the positives first and look for the pattern. I've got arithmetic sequence. It goes up by 4 each time, but this time I'm not asked to find the next term. I have to find the nth term, which is any one along. So if it goes up in 4s, it's got something to do with the 4 times table, so we write 4n. The 4 times table starts at 4 and this starts at 5, so that's 1 more. So it's 4n plus 1. I can double check it, so I can forget about the n, and I've got 4 plus 1, that does make 5. As long as it makes the first term and n is 1, we're okay. Right, I've got John and his flower garden now. It's a circle and the diameter is 6 meters all the way across is 6. He's going to put a fence around the edge, So I need to work out the circumference. And the formula that you have to learn is circumference is pi times diameter. Pi is 3.14, or you could use the pi button on your calculator. If I do shift pi times by 6, I'll get 18.84955. If I've just used 3.14, I'm going to get 18.84 meters. That's the distance round the outside. If it costs £2.80 per metre, then I will times my 18.84 by £2.80 and I will end up with £52.75 to pay to put a fence around the garden. Okay, that's part 2, only part 3 left and you've got yourself a grade D. Grade D, Series A, part 3, last and final one, and then we've got ourselves a grade D. First, a little bit of simplifying algebra. 4 times A times D is better written as 4AD because we can omit multiplication signs between letters and between letters and numbers. We can't miss any of the signs out, but we can omit multiplication signs. If I've got to simplify these, I've got 4AF plus 5AF because they are the same thing. That means I've actually got 9 of them. But if I'm taking away another EF, I'm taking away another one of them, so I'm left with 8EF. I've got to solve 2H plus 7 equals 17. If I can do the inverse of the plus 7 is take away 7 off both sides. I'll have 10 on the right. Now 2H equals 10, so 10 divided by 2, H is 5. That's fairly straightforward, but you've got to make sure you show some steps, even if you can look at that and just say, oh yeah, H has got to be 5, because 2 times 5 is 10, add 7 is 17. You've still got to show your steps how you've done it. Exterior angles are angles at the outside of a shape. So I've got one side of a shape, another side of the shape, another side of the shape. That's your exterior angle. That's your exterior angle as they go around the shape. Well, the fact is, every single polygon, exterior angles add up to 360 degrees because think of going around, which is a circle, 360. So if one of them was 30, how many 30s would fit into the 360? Is 360 divided by 30 is 12. So this polygon must have 12 sides. The word integer means whole number. So if m is a whole number and it's like between -1 and 5, it could be -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now this is strictly greater than -1, so it can't actually be -1. But it can actually be 5 because that little line underneath the left hand side is an equals, so it's less than or equal to 5, so I would include that as well. If we were asked to draw it on a number line, we'd have our numbers on a number line, we'd have a circle at the 5, a circle at the 0, and we would colour in the circle above the 5 because it includes it, but we'd leave it open above the -1. I've got a formula, P equals 5x minus y, and I'm told how much x and y are. So 5x will be 5 lots of 12, which will be 60, and y is 5, so I want 60 minus 5, which is 55, so that's okay. You've got to be careful when there's minus signs in. It's the same formula, so how much is 5x? That's 5 fours is 20, but it's minus 20. Y is -6, so I need -20 minus -6. Now the two minuses next to each other is the same as adding. So -20 plus 6 is -14, not -26. You've got to think about, you're at -20 and you're going upwards by 6. So actually you're counting -19, -18 and so on. You will be at -14. Just be very careful. Anything to do with minus signs. The last one's a little bit of a memory test for you. Area. triangle is like half of a rectangle, half a parallelogram. If I just timed 12 by 3, I'd get 36, but that would be the whole rectangle around it. The triangle's half of it, and the 36 halved is 18. You've always got to remember, for triangles, it's base times height divided by 2. If you don't divide by 2, you're not doing triangles, you're doing rectangles or parallelograms. Okay, that completes all grade D, series A. Well done.